Hello. Today's webcast video will take you step by step in activating and deactivating the APL64 software license. As always, make sure to send in your comments to this video to support@apl2000.com. Your feedback is appreciated. Also be sure to check out the other webcast videos for the APL64 software at www.apl2000.com. So let's go ahead and get started on activating the APL64 software license. The first step is to start APL64. To do this, click the Windows Start menu, All Apps, APL64. When the APL64 software license is not yet activated, you will see this dialog. Here, there are two options available to activate the APL64 software license, online and manually. The simplest and straightforward option will be to activate online. So let's proceed with this option first. Clicking Activate Online will display this screen provided the machine has an internet connection to access the secure licensing web server. This screen is where you will enter the license ID and license password that were provided to you by support at apl2000.com after you purchased the APL64 software. The information entered here is for demonstration purposes only. Note: the installation name text field is optional. Provided the license ID and license password are valid, clicking Submit Activation Information will display this screen. Here the license status reports the current status of the APL64 license and the installation ID for this APL64 license. The installation ID that is reported will be unique on everyone's machine. This is how someone can discern one installation of APL64 from another. Here is where you can also refresh the APL64 license, something that may be required if the APL64 license has expired. Again, this requires an internet connection. Here is where you can also deactivate the APL64 license. This is useful when transferring the APL64 license to a different machine. Just remember to perform this step prior to uninstalling the APL64 software on the machine. This was the result of clicking the Deactivate Online option. But there is also the option to deactivate the license manually. This is the screen when selecting that option. Per the on-screen instructions, this option would only be necessary when the online activation is not available from this machine. Following through with this option basically requires the use of an intermediary machine that has the internet connection. Proceeding with step number 1 on the current machine will produce an encrypted file named Manual Deactivation APL64.html, and the following result in this screen. In step number 2, open the file Manual Deactivation APL64.html in a browser on another machine with the internet connection. When successful, this will be the result. You can then return to the license status screen and close it with clicking Close Manual Deactivation dialog. You can then return to the license status screen and close it with clicking Close Manual Deactivation dialog. This will be the current state of the license status screen. That's all there is to activating and deactivating the APL64 software license. Thank you for viewing this video. If you have questions or comments, please contact support@apl2000.com.